What's going on, everybody? Today we're gonna learn how to design something from scratch as quick as possible. I had an Etsy order where somebody wanted a party face emoji, and I tried searching online for a party face emoji outlines, and usually I can get lucky with that and use it as a template, but in this case I couldn't find anything. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna design it from scratch. We're gonna utilize bringing in an image canvas. We're gonna utilize calibrating that to the size we want, then building our sketch on top of that image as a template. And then we're gonna build it into components, which would help us color them in Bambu Slicer. And then we're gonna go ahead and print it out and see how it comes out. So let's go to Fusion and let me show you guys what we're working with. Let's come here, and then so the first thing I'm going to do now, I have these things already saved. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in a canvas, and I got my party face emoji right here. Okay, and I'm going to pick this plane right here, and for right now I'm just going to pick that, right? And I'm going to hit enter. Now they wanted the side to side to be about 50-60 millimeter ish. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop this down. Let me move my camera on this side so you guys will be seeing most of the options on over here. Okay, all right, so I'm gonna open my canvas. I'm gonna right click and I'm gonna do calibrate. Okay, so once we calibrate, we can pretty much say from here to here is 60 millimeters. Okay, so now that image is calibrated to that. So now I can start building my sketch on top of this. Okay, so now that we got that, now let's start designing this. Let me bring in a circle right here on top of it. So let me put C for circle, and let me just make it 60 millimeters. Okay, now we'll see if we can move our image a little bit to try to see if we can center it the best way possible. Let me see. Edit. Okay, right here. So I'm gonna move right about there. That's pretty much good size right there. Okay, all right, so now we got the circle right there, 60 millimeter circle. Okay, now we're just gonna start building around it. Okay, I'm not gonna take these guys over here that's not attached to the picture. I'm just gonna utilize some of these other squares in here. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a line tool. I'm gonna hit this right here, and I'm gonna go probably about to like right here, and then I'm gonna hit the check mark. Then I'll pick this tool and then just start kind of building my curve around it, and just like that, go over here. Now these tools, we're going to utilize mirror tool of how you can build, like, because what I'm going to do here is I'm going to build the eyebrow, the eye, and the cheek, one side of it. I'm going to mirror it on the other side, and I'll show you guys how to do that. I'm going to go back to my line tool. I'm going to pick that, and I'm going to bring this all the way down here. Okay, now that we got that, I'm going to do this tool here, and from one side we're just going to kind of keep going, and I'm quickly showing this to you guys because I've already done this, but I felt like this was a pretty good design to kind of just quickly go through some of the basic things in Fusion of how to quickly design something if you don't have a template to work off of, or a outline to work off of to build it into a SVG. So those are my lines right there, and then this guy here. And as you can see, as long as you're getting it somewhat close, you're good. And boom. Okay, so that's that right there. Okay, now I'm going to show you a quick thing of how I do these squares. I'm going to pick a line tool. I'm going to go from here. I'm going to go here. I'm going to go here, over here, and probably over here. And then I'm going to finish this off right there. Okay, then I'm going to take this fillet and I'm going to round this corner a little bit. Okay, about how that square is. So right about, I think, there. Okay, then I'm going to click the other corner, then this corner, then this corner, and that gives me that nice rounded square right there, right? So I'm going to hit enter. Okay, now I'm going to double click the square. Okay, and I'm going to do Control C for copy. Then I'm going to do Control V as in Victor. Then I'm going to grab this square and I'm going to bring this here. Okay. And then I'm going to rotate it. Okay. Rotate it right about there and then bring that square right there. Hit enter. Perfect. Okay. Now I got another square here. So I'm going to click that, double click it again. Control C, Control V. Bring that here. And then rotate. And then bring that right about there. Hit enter. Then I'm gonna do what I got, 3 more, right? So I got double click that again, Control C, Control V, bring that guy here, and then rotate right about there, and then enter, and then C and V again, and then I'm gonna bring this down here and rotate and enter. And then do that again, Control C, Control V, bring that here, and that's good right there. Okay, perfect. So now we got all the squares right there done. We got the outline kind of done. All right, so let's build this eyebrow real quick, and I'm gonna show you how we mirror this. Okay, so I'm just gonna click. For the sake of the argument, like I said, I'm just gonna kind of quickly design this, but you can kind of see how is taking the shape of it, right? So there, boom, finish that. We're gonna come here, over here, and you know what? I'm gonna time this too to see how long does a simple design like this kind of really take in Fusion. 'Cause I used to be really scared of Fusion. I mean, Fusion used to scare the crap out of me, and I would do everything in Tinkercad if I could. And, you know, if I didn't have to touch Fusion, I wouldn't. So now that I built the square for the cheek right here, I'm going to select it and I'm going to move and copy, and I'm going to kind of move it where it lines up pretty good with the cheek right there. Okay. I'm going to take this trim tool and I'm going to trim this part of the cheek right here that goes inside. Okay. Now here's how we do the mirror function. Okay. So I'm going to take a line because we need a reference line where it's going to mirror. So we're going to take that line and we're going to take it right through the center. Okay, just put that line right there and hit the check mark. Okay, then we're going to pick this tool right here, mirror, and we're going to put our objects 1, 2, and 3. And we're going to select our mirror line, which is this. And as you can see, it's bringing that right there. Now it's not 100% there, but I'll show you how to move it, right? So hit OK. Now, if you try to pick this and try to like manipulate it anyhow, like move and copy, because it's a mirror, the other side will move too. You see that? So here's how we get away from that. Okay, we're gonna take our reference line that we made and we're gonna just delete it. Okay, now we can move it individually. Okay, you see that? All right, we got that right there. This one probably right there. And this one probably right there. Okay, but now I gotta make sure, because I moved it, I have to make sure that my lines are closing over here, right? So I'm gonna click and click, close that line right there, and that line's already closed. I'm just gonna trim it right there. Okay, perfect. We got the eyes, we got the cheeks, we got the squares. The only thing left is the mouth and the little blowy thingy right here. So again, we're gonna pick the squiggly line thingy right there, and then we're gonna go here, quickly design this thing. And like I said, Fusion isn't so scary, but like I used to be scared of doing this sketching thing, but once I got hang of the tool, it's not so bad. And bring this here, and boom, right there. Right there, there, and we're almost done with the mouth. Probably gonna bring this probably right there, and right there. Boom. All right, we're done with the mouth. Okay, now I'm gonna pick this line tool and I'm gonna go from here, down, down. And then I'm going to close this right here because these are the two different blues that I'm going to put over here. Over here, I'm going to put a lighter blue. Over here, I'm going to put a darker blue. Okay. Now the line tool, I'll just bring it down to here, hit the check, line tool here and here, hit the check. Then I'm going to go back to this guy and boom, boom, boom. And I'm going to I think I'm going to make a double line here because I want this to be able to show that it actually curves. And if it's all the same color, it's not really going to show. So I think I'm going to kind of do this right here and stop that right there. And then bring this and close that. And then bring this and then just kind of make this curve right here and here and here and here, there, and close it up. Okay, now that we got that, okay, now I'm gonna make a circle tool and I'm gonna make these little circles right here. So select, and I'm gonna kind of just move and copy it to where the circle is, right about there. Hit enter. I'm going to do copy paste. I'm going to bring that circle here. Enter. I'm going to do copy paste. Bring that circle here. Hit enter. And I think one more, right? So copy and paste, and then bring that circle here, and then hit enter. But this one, I'm gonna make it a little bigger. Okay, now I can go ahead and trim these things, right? So trim the outsides of these circles. Okay, boom, boom. Okay, actually I didn't mean to, I did this one wrong. Oops, I went too far. Okay, that circle, that circle, that circle. Okay, this circle is messed up right here, so we're gonna delete that. I'm gonna bring in a circle, and I'm just gonna redo this circle right here. Okay, so right there, and I'm gonna trim. Why is it doing that? Okay, I'm gonna trim this and this, and okay, that's as far as the circle goes. Then I'll trim the rest of the stuff and I'll show you what I'm going to trim. Okay, so now I'm just going to finish these up. Okay, I'm just going to take this and boom, 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 close it up right there. I'm going to build this guy right here. Boom, 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 boom. And like I said, I'm not being like too cautious with the lines because at the end of the day, I mean, if you can really take your time with it. But if you want to quickly make something, you know, this would work too. Okay, boom, right there. I'm going to trim that extra line right there. Oop. Oh, no, that didn't come out good. Okay, I'm going to redo this one real quick. And boom, 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 boop. Okay. And then the last one here. And there, 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 there. Okay. Now that I got all that, okay, let's start trimming some of this stuff. Okay, so I don't want this, if you can see, these lines are overlapping each other. Let me take care of some of this stuff so you guys, it's not so crazy looking. Okay, so you see how this is overlapping each other. If I was to bring the picture in, let me see. If I was to bring this picture in, you guys will see how I'm gonna kind of do this. Okay, so this square, oh, I don't know if you can see that. Okay, this square goes over top of the face. This square goes over top of the face. This one goes over top of the face. This one goes behind, and this one goes behind, right? So let's do the behind ones real quick. So I'm gonna take that back over there. So I'm gonna trim this. So these squares are behind the face. So I'm gonna trim everything in front of it. Okay. Same thing here. I'm gonna trim that, trim that, trim that. Okay. And for this one, these circles were on top. These squares were on top of the face. So I'm going to trim the face. I'm going to trim the face line here. I'm going to trim the face line there. Okay. So now we got these circles. Okay. Go over here. So this face should be behind all of this stuff. So I'm going to trim that face line. And boom, right there. What else do we got? That looks actually pretty good. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to hide the canvas. Okay. And now there's our sketch. We're gonna lock all the constraints. Okay, now we get to the fun part. Okay, and now we get to export all of this, or actually build it into components, and you're gonna see why components, and then we're gonna export it into a step file, and you're gonna see why that, and then we're gonna color it up in Fusion, in Bambu Slicer, and then we're gonna print it out, right? So here we go. So the person wanted 6mm thickness, okay? So I'm gonna highlight the whole thing. I know exactly how I'm gonna build this. I'm gonna have 5mm of it yellow, and then I'm gonna have 1mm doing all the color changes, okay? And I'm gonna print that upside down. So here's how we're gonna do this, okay? So I'm gonna highlight the whole thing. I'm gonna finish the sketch. I'm gonna highlight the whole thing. I'm gonna do E for extrude, -5, okay? I always say -5 and a new component, and here's why. I'll show you why, okay? You're gonna go back to your sketch and we're gonna unhide our sketch, okay? If you don't do -5, if you don't build the body behind the sketch, okay, you're gonna lose this ability to select the faces, okay? And here, I'll show you, okay? I'm gonna go back, and if I did just E for extrude and 5mm, bring the sketch back, I can't pick the sketch, okay? You see, I can't highlight the profile of the sketch, okay? So that's why I like to build behind the sketch. So I'm gonna go back, and then again, we're just gonna highlight everything, E for extrude, -5. Okay, so that's my solid body on the back, okay? I'm gonna unhide the sketch. All right, now I'm gonna come over here. I got the picture on the side, and I'm looking at it. All these blues is gonna be one component, okay? So these guys here is gonna be one component. This magenta looking thing is gonna be a component by itself. These I'm gonna do pink. That's gonna be a component by itself. The cheeks are gonna be a component with this guy right here. So I'll show you real quick. I'm gonna put the picture on the side, and I'm gonna start working on this. So we got this. I'm gonna hit E for extrude 1mm, because now I want it above the sketch, okay? New component, and this guy, that guy, and then this blue, and then this blue are all the same color, okay? I'm gonna hit okay. All right, now I'm gonna do the pink looking thing. So I'm gonna go, this is pink right here, E for extrude 1mm, new component, this guy, and then these things I want pink. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, all of these are going to be the same color. Perfect. Now we're gonna do the oranges. Okay, the cheekbones, one new component, this guy, and this guy is gonna be orange. Okay, boom. This is magenta by itself, so I'm going to do extrude 1mm, new component, done. And these two colors, what am I going to make this? I don't know what I'm going to make this, so I'm just going to put 1mm, new component, and this guy down here 1mm. Okay, we got all the squares done. All right, let's do the eyebrows. The eyebrows and the eyes I'm just going to do black. Okay, so I'm going to do new component, so I'm going to do all of this, and the mouth, one component. All that's going to be black. Okay, now let's do this little whistle looking thing. Okay, so this one I want a different blue, so I'm going to extrude new component right there, and these two I'm going to want the same color. New component, this guy right there, and yep, right there. Okay, this one I might do black, I don't know yet, so I'm just going to do new component right there for the space. Okay, we got the whistle, we got the eyes, the eyebrows, the hat, everything. So the only thing that's left is the face. Extrude 1mm and new component, and boom. Okay, theoretically our thing should be done now. Okay, look at that. Now when I hide the sketch, everything should be done. It should be 6mm. Okay, and we calibrated it with a picture of 60mm, right? So it should be right about there. All right, so we're gonna export this, and we're gonna call this party face video. Okay, and I'm gonna do a step file, and I'm gonna save it in the party face folder. Okay, so party face video, we're gonna export this. So let's go here. All right, let me bring this in, party face video right here. Okay, so there's our party face. If you look at the size, look at that, 62.2. So we're kind of right about there because of the hat and everything. Okay, so I've got my, let me move this over here. I've got my palette kind of set over here. Now, yes, this is for you know, with 2 AMS Bambu. I have two AMS on my X1 and I have 1 AMS on my P1P, so I can work with 8 colors, right? So I've got my, you know, color set up right here, and here's how we're easily gonna do it. Okay, we're gonna come down to the objects. Okay, first of all, the main thing. Now I'm hitting my number keypads as I'm picking the color. So if I want yellow, I'm gonna hit 2. If I want magenta, I'm gonna hit 4. Okay, so the whole thing I wanted yellow, right? So I'm gonna make the whole thing yellow. All right, so component number 1, this is blue. That I wanted number 5. Okay, I'm gonna go down. This was pink, so pink is number 7. Go down, and now all of this is being colored, or they're going to be colored 1 millimeter because we made the component 1 millimeter, right? So it's easier this way for me than coloring. Plus, it kind of makes sure I don't have any bleed through or anything. So I can kind of choose, because if you do the paint function in Bambu Slicer, it only does 3 layers of color. Okay. So that's why I don't kind of like that, because we can have bleed throughs or whatnot. So this way I get to kind of control how thick my colors are going to be. Okay, so this guy here, these are the cheekbones. They were going to be orange. This square here was magenta. I believe these 2 squares, I don't know what they were, but we'll just make them orange or something, whatever. And we're gonna make, actually, maybe blue, maybe pink, something. Sure, pink. Pink looks good. Okay. The eyebrows and the eyes, we're gonna make it 1 black. We're gonna make this whistle the darker blue, then this whistle the lighter blue. Okay. And then we're gonna come down that. I'm gonna make it black, and then that's it. So this is it, pretty much, right there. That's how easily we colored it in the Bambu Slicer. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this. I'm going to turn it upside down because I have the texture plate, and it's going to come out looking really good. Okay. And there it is. 1 hour and 28 minutes, 32 filament changes, because what it's going to do is it's going to come down here, and first layer, second, third, fourth, fifth. All of these 5 colors are going to be colors. Okay. Different filament changes. Now it's going to build the rest of it up with the yellow, and it's going to finish it up. Okay. So let me print this. Let's see how it comes out, and then we'll come right back. Okay. All right, here we go. Not too bad, right? It actually came out pretty good, and it's got a nice texture space on the top because I printed it upside down on the textured plate. So yeah, there it is. Thank you guys for watching the video. If this video helped you out in any way, hit the like and subscribe button. I try to do more and more of these tutorials to help us out, you know, in Fusion and Tinkercad even. They're tailored towards Bambu Slicers and the Bambu printers. I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you.